just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how I make my cold brew because I think it comes out really awesome and a lot of people compliment me on it, so I figured why not share. So it definitely helps if you can grind your own beans, but it's not 100% necessary. Just don't buy an espresso grind because it's going to be so fine that it's going to be tough to be able to filter it all out. If you have a machine like this, I don't set it to the coarsest, but on a scale of 1 to 9, I have it, about 7, maybe 7.5. And I already ground. I grind like a full container. Like, it's not super scientific. I could tell you, I don't know exactly how much coffee that is, but you'll see, how I gather that it's how much I want, because I have 1 gallon of Poland Spring that I use here. Of course, you can obviously use any other water, but I feel like tap water has too much other crap in it, so I use Poland Spring, and then I just pour it into a container that fits exactly a little bit more than a gallon of water so that I can put my grounds on top. And this is how I estimate how much grounds I need, because you want to be able to cover the entire top of the container. If you're wondering what that sound is, it's my dog chewing a ball, because why wouldn't there be random ball sounds in a video about making cold brew? But so this is gonna rest on top. You can see, it's pretty coarsely ground, but not like just big chunks, because you still want the coffee to be able to dissolve into the water. So already you can see it start to fall to the bottom, and I let this sit for 24 hours. And after it sits for 24 hours, you'll see all the grounds will be on the bottom. And then I will be back in 24 hours to show you how I filter it out. Because I know a lot of videos, or at least a lot of ways that you can make cold brew, show how to use like a bag, or use it so that you're dripping the water through. But I feel like this way you get the most flavor, because the coffee grounds are right in the water, and then I strain them out afterwards. So yeah, see you back in 24 hours. So we're back 24 hours later. So as you can see, pretty much all the grounds are now on the bottom. What I use to strain the grounds out, so this here is like a screen material that comes on a roll at Home Depot, and I cut a nice square of it, fold it off the edges so that you don't get poked, and I use that so that I can rest some paper towels on. So I put 2 down and then another one in the middle, and this will be my initial strain. Put it over a bowl that's obviously big enough to hold your gallon that you're making, and slow is the best method, because try to pour too fast, you can end up ripping the paper towels or having it overflow. So just pour it in slowly. I'll try to do it from this angle so you can see what's going on. And don't be afraid to just pour all those grounds right onto the paper towel. Whatever wants to come out. And whatever doesn't come out, I'll just to keep things easy for cleaning, I get all the grounds that I can get out of the bowl, just sit them right on top of the paper towels, so I can toss them out. You can get a little bit more extraction like this too when you pick it up. Just let it strain out. And you can give it a little squeeze, but don't go crazy, because if you squeeze it too hard, you'll rip the paper towel and end up getting coffee grounds into your just filtered coffee. So I'll set that aside. And so that's just my initial filtering. I do a second filtering so that we know that every possible thing is filtered out, because you never know what could have maybe been in the bottom of your bowl already, or got in from being open. So what I do is I take a funnel and then put another paper towel, a nice clean one, right in that funnel like that. Can angle this maybe a little higher here, and then I just take that bowl. What helps is this bowl that I have is pretty flexible, so I can kind of bend it, and then once again we're just going nice and slow. There's no rush, especially during this filtering, because it's going to go much slower since it's going through a funnel. So you don't want to go too fast, and it's going to end up pulling the paper towel into the funnel, and then you'll have a much harder time, and it'll go even slower. So slow and steady wins the race on this, but you'll have a whole gallon of cold brew without a ton of effort put in, and I promise you it is delicious. I use Pete's Big Bang. It's a medium roast, and I buy it whole bean. I'll show you the bag once I'm done with this, in case anyone's interested, but I find it one of the better coffees to use for cold brew. I use it for hot brew as well. Big medium roast fan. The dark roast, you actually get less caffeine, and it's a little more bitter, more flavorful if that's what you're into. I don't hate dark roast. Light roast I find a little too much caffeine, gets me jittery, so medium is right where I like to be. But as you can see, now that's all filtered. Any possible remaining grounds or anything else is out, and obviously you're going to end up with a little bit of loss, that's still stuck in the grounds, but you get almost an entire gallon of coffee out of it. And this is the coffee I use, Pete's Medium Roast Big Bang whole bean. But yeah, if anyone's looking for an easy way to make a large volume of cold brew, I find this works great, and it comes out awesome.